Welcome back to Full Circle Florida, here with our panel once again, Ryan Gorman and Susan MacManus. All right, final thoughts on this historic week. What are you left with?
We're right back where we started before the debate, in a way. People are just entrenched, and that leaves, what, 10 or 15% that might change their minds, and that can be huge. But how do you reach them? Because people are independent for a lot of different reasons, and yet they are a big part of the electorate, and neither party is doing a good job right now of swinging them one way or the other.
It's still the biggest voting bloc in Florida, those independent voters, Ryan.
It is.
That's where it's going to be, at least in this state. Now, nationally, obviously, they're even in bigger piece of the pie.
And I think
get there?
For former President Donald Trump, he's trying to win them over by bringing Vice President Kamala Harris down as much as possible. It's an all-out attack on her. And I think for Harris, she's trying to do this pivot to the middle. But at some point, she's going to have to explain that more, which she didn't do in the debate, and she really hasn't done much up to this point.
She has got to get the younger generation to turn out and vote for her. That is the way that she can win.
So looking ahead, I mean, we're 50 days. This thing's going to go by quick now. This is the part where
Less
it's like
with mail-in voting and early voting.
People are actually voting now. I mean, what do you look for in the weeks ahead?
I'm just worried about those two things we talked about, because you can't predict. It would be an economic crisis of some sort, or an international or domestic crime or terrorism related incident, because we don't know. But what I'm also seeing that we haven't talked about is a lot of people, when they looked at the debate and they stepped back, and this is where, even though they already know who they're going to vote for, over and over the last day or so, this is what people have been telling me: I don't like either candidate. Is this all America has to offer? Now, you don't know at what point some of those people just say, if things get overly negative and stay that way, just say, well, I'm not even going to bother to vote, which affects how we look at turnout. I think is the biggest question mark of all, is turnout.
People hold their nose and they check a box.
Gas prices. Watch gas prices.
All right.
If they're below $3, obviously a big help for Kamala Harris. If they stay up a little bit, helps Trump.
I also just want to mention one thing that was not talked about at the debate on the eve before 9/11, September 11th. Kind of surprising. Guys, thank you. Thanks for watching us here on Full Circle Florida. We'll see you again next week.